I'm here to strengthen our links with all sectors of the Indian political strata. All I can say is we are yet to arrive at our previous levels as far as the major macroeconomic indicators are concerned. Sri Lanka's growth, progress, and advancement is inextricably linked with India. We would like to encourage Indian businesses, industrialists, investors to come and set up shop in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka in recent times have suffered from triple disasters, commencing with the Easter Sunday terrorist attack, the complete breakdown of civil society. We recognize that India provided its fullest support. We have to ensure that unregulated, unreported, illegal shipping does not take place. India's representation at the United Nations Security Council would be a recognition of the practical realities of international politics.
For sitting down with us, you are visiting India and you are leading a delegation from Sri Lanka. You have met several officials, including ministers, Jaishankar and Nirmala Sitharaman. Can you tell us more about your visit and what kind of talks you had with them?
I am here as the leader of the opposition on an invitation made by the Indian government, and I'm here to strengthen our links with all sectors of the Indian political strata, with politicians, bureaucracy, institutions, businesses. So we had the opportunity of meeting a sizable amount of stakeholders who are crucial to the public policy decision-making processes. And we had exchanges of ideas. We expressed our thoughts, views, and opinions on a variety of issues. And we will ensure that this visit acts as an activity that strengthens the foundation of Indo-Sri Lanka relations.
Sir, as we know, Sri Lanka is working to recover, which has suffered major setbacks in the past few years. The focus is to revive, and we have seen improvements in past few months. So, but how do you view the nature and quality of this recovery as of now, and what do you think how long it will take to fully be back on track? The economy will be back on track. Can you tell us a bit?
All I can say is we are yet to arrive at our previous levels as far as the major macroeconomic indicators are concerned. If you have some basic understanding of economics, once you fall from a particular situation, if you deteriorate into great depths, the recovery process is by and large fast, because you're starting from a new normal, which is at a minimal position. As you grow, you will face challenges, and our objective as a country is not to go back to previous levels. We need to go beyond, because in 2028 we have serious debt repayments, foreign debt repayments, debt obligations that are due. So we will have to have very high growth rates. We will have to enhance our foreign exchange reserves, improve our remittances, ensure that export-led economic growth provide us with substantial results. And most important of all, we need to have large-scale foreign direct investments. All of these are important elements of a successful recovery program. However, if one looks at the details of the recovery, there are major challenges and a lot of obstacles. So we as a country will have to overcome these challenges and obstacles and ensure that we don't renege on our debt obligations cometh 2028.
So yesterday during an event you said Indian indispensable for Sri Lanka's revival. Can you elaborate on that and what kind of support are we talking about here? You are here. Are you looking for any sort of investment, uh, business to business ties between the countries? Can you tell us a bit about that?
It is our sincere opinion that Sri Lanka's growth, progress, and advancement is inextricably linked with India. We already have a free trade agreement, but if we improve on it, that will provide Sri Lanka with a bigger opportunity and a greater scope to attain high valued economic growth that results in better sources of income, higher standard of living, and a sustainable future for our people. In order to do so, we would like to encourage Indian businesses, industrialists, investors to come and set up shop in Sri Lanka. We welcome you with open arms because the infusion of capital, foreign capital, Indian capital, into our economy will result in prosperity. And we believe in prosperity for all. We believe in shared prosperity. We believe in equitable growth, growth that does justice to all in society.
So you are a leader of opposition. You have a voice in Sri Lankan politics. How do you consider India as a time-tested friend of Sri Lanka, and why is India such an important partner to Sri Lanka, sir? Is it just because they are geographically close, or there is more to it, sir?
Sri Lanka in recent times have suffered from um, triple disasters, commencing with the Easter Sunday terrorist attack, the complete breakdown of civil society due to the corona COVID health emergency, and the situation of bankruptcy in 2022. We recognize that India provided its fullest support, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Indian Prime Minister, His Excellency Sri Modi, and the people of India for having been the single largest donor to the tune of approximately 4.2 billion US dollars. That support has been invaluable for Sri Lanka's recovery process. And we firmly believe that our common objective should be growth with equity, prosperity for all, prosperity that is shared. And it is in our mutual interest to work together, cooperate, and work with a common purpose and a common vision. So I think those priorities invariably point us to the direction of honest, authentic cooperation. Cooperation that provides the opportunity for the national interests of both our countries to be enhanced and protected.
Though, sir, as you mentioned, we have a very strong local countries, but the fishermen issue continues to be a recurring irritant between the two countries. Uh, what you yesterday mentioned about the practical framework is needed to resolve the issue. According to you, what sort of practical framework is needed, and how should both the countries should approach the issue?
Resolution to this issue should not be merely formulated based on individual incidents. That's why I said you need to have a comprehensive, integrated approach, a common framework based on international conventions, international laws, especially laws of the sea, laws of the continental shelf, and laws related to legal fishing. So we have to ensure that unregulated, unreported, illegal shipping does not take place. These are international conventions and practices which most countries have dedicated themselves to follow. We have to abide by those rules, norms, and conventions and practices.
Sir, Sri Lanka continues its relationship between India and China. We have seen in recent years. How do you assess its current approach today of Sri Lanka, especially in light of India's growing concern about China's uh, practices in Indo-Pacific?
I can tell you what we believe in
Yeah.
as a party, the main opposition party. We believe in having a special relationship, a special strategic relationship with India. And that relationship is very special. In that context, we also have to work with all other countries. We have to interact with all other countries, work with all, but our common objective is to promote peace. Peace building is our objective. So at all times, while maintaining the special relationship with India, we would like to act as the mediator, as the middle person, to bring about peace, harmony, security, and tranquility in all of the regions that you spoke about. Because peace is indispensable for development, for growth, for harmony, and for the survival of human beings.
So it's been over 15 years since the civil war ended in Sri Lanka. Tamil families still demand justice and political inclusion. India has been raising this demand for a while now. So, how do you plan to, as a party, how do you plan to advance the devolution process under the 13th Amendment and to ensure the inclusion of Tamil minorities? Sri Lanka.
We have to implement the 13th Amendment. It's a fact, and our political party has pledged to do so, and we will do it. But of course, we have to be in government, and we have to receive the mandate of the people to ensure that we are empowered to implement the 13th Amendment. It's also very important that we ensure that all in Sri Lanka, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, caste, creed, or any other denomination, all citizens are equal. You cannot have classification of citizens. All are equal. All are equal before the supreme law of the land, the Constitution. And the people living in our country should feel as one. We have to promote Sri Lankanism, not separating them into caste, creed, religion, ethnicity, and so on and so forth. Our party and the main opposition party, which we represent, believe in that principle of unity, equity, equal treatment for all, and everyone equal before the supreme law of the land. So the grievances of all sectors, of all communities, of all ethnicities, and of all who belong to various religious persuasions have to be addressed. When those issues are addressed, we will have practical unity unity that is there on the ground. The people in our country must feel as if they are all one, sons and daughters of the same father and mother, and there shouldn't be any differentiation. And we have to ensure, while respecting the ethno-religious, cultural diversities, we have to ensure that Sri Lankanism is promoted. And we are very confident that as the main alternative, the main opposition party, that we will be able to bring true unity to our country.
So I have a very last and small question. It is on multiple platforms. India has bid to permanent membership of UNSC. How do you see India's role in global governance when it comes to global governance in coming times?
Years before, it was I who spoke openly about India being given a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. So it's an old topic for me. I will continue to support that effort, and I think that is a practical exposition of global power realities. You cannot discard India. You cannot marginalize India. India's representation at the United Nations Security Council would be a recognition of the practical realities of international politics.